We've got the Mazda CX-50 gas model.
Finally, not the turbo.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. This video is brought to you by Nitto Tire.
We're giving away a set of Nitto Motivo 365 Performance all-weather tires about halfway through this video, so make sure that you keep watching.
We're giving away a set to a Canadian viewer and an American viewer, so good luck.
And stick around. All right, right now, Andrea, pretty good performance out of this. It's not the turbo, it's actually the base model. What's under the hood of this thing?
A 2.5 liter four-cylinder with a 6-speed automatic transmission, 187 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque, standard all-wheel drive.
Now you can get the turbo version of the 2.5 liter with 227 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque on regular gas. If you use premium, the power goes up to 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. Both models standard all-wheel drive. In just a moment, we're going to tell you what's new for 2025. Right now, the key standard features of the CX-50.
The base trim comes with a 7-inch LCD display, a 10.25-inch display with Mazda Connect, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Amazon Alexa, an 8-speaker audio system, wireless charger, leatherette heated front seats, 10-way power driver seat, manual passenger seat, a heated steering wheel, a panoramic sunroof, and a power liftgate. In the US, not all these features are standard as more trims are offered.
How often do we ever get the base model?
Rarely.
Yeah, if ever. So we're going to get into how much we like this base model. Right now, because it's a 2025, there have been some updates. What's new?
The non-turbo models get iStop for the first time. The turbo got it last year. The base model now has emergency lane keeping with head-on traffic avoidance assist, private e-call, stolen vehicle assistance, Amazon Alexa, Type-C USB ports, and a wireless charger. Higher trims add Mazda online navigation, a 360 see-through view, and front cross-traffic alert. In the US, rear seat alert has been added, but it's not available in Canada yet.
So even though this is the base model engine, the reason why it's snappy off the line is because there's no CVT at play here, friends. This is a good old torque converter, 6-speed automatic transmission, and it does make a difference.
It does make a difference, and some people complain that Mazda's 6-speed, it doesn't have enough gears. Well, we're here to tell you it's great. It's smooth and it's quick, and most will be very happy with it.
And we're confirming again, you do not need to get the turbo in this product. Actually, in most of the Mazda lineup, when they offer the 2.5 liter with the turbo, just get the 2.5 liter. It's that good.
Yeah.
And I am shocked, Andrea, about how much I'm enjoying driving a base model car.
I know, and if you are doing a ton of highway driving, maybe the turbo will appeal to you for passing power, but this does a really good job if you're doing a combination of city highway driving. It's engaging, it's fun, it's dynamic, everything that you would expect from a Mazda.
Yeah, steering is nicely weighted. It's not overly heavy like the CX-5. And we do have a good question coming up in our hot topic. This gas model or the hybrid version that just came out last year, so stick around for that.
Now, one difference between this and the CX-5 is this has a torsion beam rear suspension, and the CX-5 has a multi-link rear suspension, but I think you would be hard-pressed knowing that it handles incredibly well. It feels really well planted, takes corners very well.
I would guarantee you, if you took 10 people off the street and they drove this, they wouldn't know it wasn't an 8-speed, and they wouldn't know it doesn't have independent rear suspension. They just won't. They'll just go, oh, I like driving.
I like this.
All right, so we're getting a little faster here. We'll put it in
sport.
Put it in sport. What else can we put it in, Andrea?
Got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the Couple Car Review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe. It does help. All right, Matt, let's hear it.
Here we go.
It's not too loud, actually.
It's not bad. At first, I thought when we were driving in the city and I put it in sport mode, I didn't really like the sound. But now that we're on the highway...
You're right, though. Andrea mentioned a little while ago, The turbo for the win if you do a lot of highway driving. It uses way more gas.
Yes.
I mean, we had a Mazda recently, just a few weeks ago, with the turbo.
CX-30.
It was the CX-30, that little teeny thing. It liked the gasoline.
And
so if your motivation is fuel economy, get this. If your motivation is power, get that.
Get that, yeah.
If your motivation is fuel economy, you're going to get the hybrid, actually.
Yes, for sure. I really like the look of the CX-50. It looks like a Mazda. However, it's kind of got its unique wagon vibe to it.
Yeah, we think the closest competitor to this really would be the Outback from Subaru. It's got the long roof, and it does have a wagon look, which I do appreciate.
Yeah.
The hybrid version is slightly different. They actually raised the body a little bit, put more cladding on it. It has a more conventional sort of crossover look. So either you're into this or you're not, and I'm into this.
I'm into this too. The CX-50 has between 8.3 inches to 8.6 inches of ground clearance depending on the model you choose. It comes standard with a black grille, available gloss black, standard LED headlamps, dual exhaust tips, 17-inch wheels, available 18 and 20-inch wheels, and a temporary spare tire. Available rear combination tail lamps and power folding exterior mirrors. The Meridian trim adds headlight protection and distinctive hood graphics, along with all-terrain tires.
I think I know why Mazda sent us this base model car, because they know they got something good on their hands. Here's the thing. Getting in this, I actually asked Andrew, I said, are you sure that's the base model? Because the only thing that I am missing on this car is some kind of height adjustment for the passenger seat. Other than that, this thing's all I need.
Just a manual height adjustment would be fine. I do feel like I'm sitting a little bit lower. Some of you were asking about the comfort level of the seats. Now here's something interesting. This is cloth upholstery, and in Canada, you can add it for $250 to the base model.
Get that.
In the US, it's an option on the preferred trim, and it's no extra charge on that model, but you can't get it on the base trim. I find these more comfortable. I don't know if they're more cushioned. They haven't changed the seats.
No, I think it's the fabric gives more. It just has more give, because do you remember we had the CX-5 maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it had like a cloth insert in the middle, and we both said we find them more comfortable than the regular seat or all the other CX-5s we had driven. So I'm a big fan of cloth seats. They offer comfort. They're warm in the winter, they're cool in the summer, and when you add a bum warmer in there, they heat up way faster than leather pleather. So, and plus, because it's got a weave to it, it's not going to show everything, right?
We really like them a lot. Now this comes standard with leatherette, available leather. There's a few different color options depending on the trim. Of course, this one, a black and gray, and then the terracotta, which I think looks fantastic.
Same thing. This is a base model. Just have a look at it with the deviated color. So you've got this sort of the tan, it's tan, right?
Tan, yeah.
And then you've got, I'm colorblind. You've got tan, and then you've got the dark, and then even on the dash pad, it's a quilted vinyl. You don't typically see this in base models, so I'm very pleasantly surprised. The other thing, Andrea, comes with a power lift gate as standard equipment. Like I said, the only thing I'm missing is that height adjustment. Other than that, I'd be perfectly happy with this.
I think we'd be thrilled to drive this as our daily driver. Now, some complain about the 10.25-inch display screen sitting too far back on the dash. I get it. I typically just use the dial at the center console. Now, this screen, when using wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, does become a touch screen at all speeds, but really, I only use it when I'm parked.
Yeah. This is great, and I like it also because it keeps the fingerprints off the screen. It's very similar to the old Audi MMI system. It's one of those things that works, and I can see why they've kept it, because it works.
And how about this panoramic sunroof? Some were saying with the CX-5 it doesn't offer it, but we know a new CX-5 is coming. It's just nice to see all of these extras on a base model.
Yeah. They don't offer it on the CX-5 standard on the CX-50.
Yeah.
It's because it's 45 more. It's CX 45 more. I had to do some quick math there, Andrea. I was, wow, you know, I struggled to get out of grade school.
Well, math was not your strong suit.
It's genetic, Andrea. It's genetic. Our whole family, not so, Andrea's side of the family, well, there's some math whizzes over there, but not on this side.
Yeah, they're quick.
Available features include a 360 view monitor, 12-speaker Bose sound system, head-up display, navigation, leather upholstery, ventilated front seats, 6-way power passenger seat, driver seat memory, and front and rear parking sensors. Well, here's me getting in the back seat of the CX-50. You get 45 more. And you can see that over the CX-5 with the legroom. It's got good legroom, good headroom. The seats are comfortable. How does it stack up?
Comparing the CX-50 to the Ford Bronco Sport, the CX-50 has 41.7 inches of front row legroom, which is less than the Bronco. Rear seat legroom for the CX-50 is 39.8 inches, which is larger than the Ford.
Lifting up the standard power lift gate on this model, and you see just how long the cargo space is. It's wide. How does it stack up?
Cargo space behind the second row at 31.4 cubic feet, and overall cargo space is 56.3 cubic feet. Both areas are smaller than the Bronco Sport.
Hot topic, this or the hybrid, but first we got to give away some tires.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Well, we have our tire giveaway from Nitto. These are called Motivo 365. And who gets to win?
Yeah, one Canadian viewer and one US viewer. Who doesn't like a free giveaway? These are unique because they're all-weather tires with the 3-peak mountain snowflake symbol for year-round traction, including winter conditions.
So these are a performance-oriented all-weather tire for cars, crossovers, SUVs, and even some light trucks.
The Motivo 365 has two unique designs. One side of the tread is designed to maximize grip on wet and dry roads, improving handling and cornering, and the blocks make for a quiet and comfortable ride.
Now on the other side of the tread, it has high-density sipes and offset grooves for better traction on ice, snow, and slushy conditions.
So click on the link in the description below and fill out the form, and that's how you enter.
Okay, if you're in the US, it'll say province. Just scroll below the provinces, you'll see all the states there. And for your zip code, you just hit postal code, enter that in. Once you've entered the information, you're entered the contest. Hey, if you're interested in purchasing these Motivo 365 all-weather tires from Nitto, they have a promotion on in Canada. In the spring here, you can get $50 off. So good luck to everybody.
Good luck.
Your questions from Instagram.
Does it come with a digital dashboard on higher trims? It does not. Some people like this. You know, they actually don't want to go digital.
The thing about digital dashboards, in my experience and my opinion, is it's kind of one of those things, oh yeah, you get to set it up, but once you set it, you forget it. And the novelty is gone, I think.
Yeah.
Just to me, it seems like it's a bit of a gimmick. The other thing is these are cheaper.
Yeah.
Than to actually have physical gauges. That's why cars are full of screens.
It feels kind of old school, doesn't it?
Retro.
Retro. How's the size? I have a 2022 VW Tiguan and find it a tad small for us. We want something a little larger.
The one thing I'll note right away, Andrea, is that the trunk area is really long.
It is long.
And that's what I noticed. It's got wagon vibes. We talked about
Yeah.
that already. So that's definitely something to consider.
And loading and unloading things is really great in this model. If you look at the dimensions, believe it or not, this says that it is bigger than the Tiguan. But when you get in the Tiguan, it just feels larger to me. Second row legroom feels bigger.
It's the height also.
Yeah,
That gives you that feeling.
So you really have to try it, because sometimes we find with Mazda dimensions, they're not quite
Accurate.
Yeah, like how are they measuring the seat? So try it and see what you think.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
So which would you two pick, gas or hybrid?
Okay, we're going to say right now, the hybrid's a lot more expensive.
It's more money. Yeah.
Okay, but we'll take the price out for now.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. You choosing the hybrid or this, Andrea? 3, 2, 1. Hybrid.
I just like the fuel economy on it. This isn't too bad for the non-turbo, but I like the power and I like the fuel economy, and it also comes with a lot of standard features.
But it is a lot more money, so you've got to do the spreadsheet calculation whether you're going to be able to do the mileage that's going to make up the difference.
Yeah.
The only thing I would suggest is maybe resale value will be better on the hybrid in the long run. But you know what? If it's just not a big enough bite for you to take, to buy that, don't worry, this is just fine.
This is great. And the fuel economy on this, of course, is much better than the turbo model. So we would be happy with this as well.
All right, let's get into all of the vital stats of the CX-50.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. This includes freight, PDI, and fees. The base model starts at just under $43,000 and the top Meridian is just under $54,000. In the US, the base model starts at $30,500 and the top trim is $43,500.
Here's the fuel economy for this 2.5 liter base engine. 9.7 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8 on the highway. That's 25 miles per gallon city, 31 on the highway. For the turbo, it's 10.4 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8.2 on the highway. That's 23 miles per gallon city, 29 on the highway. This non-turbo can tow 2,000 pounds. If you get the turbo, it's 3,500 pounds. Mazda offers a warranty of 3 years with unlimited kilometers in Canada or 3 years and 36,000 miles in the United States. So for competitors, we've chosen kind of outdoorsy crossover vehicles. Have a look.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is a new Subaru Forester Wilderness arriving this fall. It is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with 180 horsepower. Pricing has not been announced yet.
The Ford Bronco Sport with a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder, 180 horsepower and a starting price of $38,000.
The RAV4 Trail or Adventure in the US has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, 203 horsepower and a starting price of $44,000.
And another Subaru, it's the Outback Wilderness, 2.4 liter turbo boxer engine, 260 horsepower and a starting price, wait for it, $48,000.
So there are 4 outdoor type crossovers for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
I love all the standard features on this Canadian base model.
I was going to say, all right, I'm going to go first now. There's no height adjustment over there, Andrew. What was yours?
Oh my gosh, that's mine too. Other than that, I'm really happy with this model.
So there it is. It's the CX-50 base model. Liking this one. What do you guys think of that?
Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, subscribe. We'll see you next time.